Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, I wanted to tell you about a design competition that's going on at the minute. The idea came from 3D Cabin, who prints and makes quite a few different 3D printed crossbow accessories, amongst other things. He does a lot of stuff, but most of the things I'm interested in are the crossbow accessories. Well, I've got a crossbow in my hand now. So if you didn't know, he does things like quivers, handles for the adder. This is another quiver here, and this can be double-sided, and I've got a few of his other quivers there. And he asked me if I wanted to do a sort of design competition or mention it, so that we can design some crossbow accessories. Can we come up with some ideas, and then whichever ideas win or get used, the person who designed them will get their product made. They'll get a version of it, and then that product will be sold. It will go into his shop. It can be anything crossbow related, quivers, handles, stuff like that. So I've come up with a few ideas for stuff that I would like to see made. So I'll show you my ideas, and then I'll come back and talk to you about how to join in. Right, so my first idea would be a conversion kit for the older style £80 pistol crossbows. So the drawing I've done there is quite a generic thing, but basically what the kit would consist of is a 12mm to weaver rail conversion. So on the top of the crossbow you can change it to a weaver rail. That'd just be bolted on two halves, and you could then put all modern accessories on there. You can buy 12mm to weaver rail conversions, but you could get this in a kit with the other rail, which would be a sort of foregrip style weaver rail conversion kit that would turn the old pistol crossbows into a very similar design as like the redback and stuff like that. So then you could put on a bayonet, a quiver, a torch, loads of things underneath the old crossbows. I think that would be an alright idea, that one. So you could convert your old pistols into a modern day one, change the prod to a new £80 prod, and you've got a very good crossbow then. So this is quite a little simple one. This would just be a Weaver Picatinny rail that would go on the bottom of the Drakon crossbow or the FMA Supersonic. I've made one of these out of HDPE. It's reasonably easy to do. I think it could be 3D printed really easily, and yeah, it would work very well, I think. So this one is a kit so that you can add a front and rear sight to the Drakon, the FMA Supersonic, because they don't actually have the capability of having open sights. So you could buy this little kit, add a front sight, add a back sight, and then it's got open sights then, rather than having to use telescopic sight or red dot or whatever. This is a peep through mount for the redback or Tomcat 2. So you can add this mount behind the open sights, the rear sights, and it means you can still see underneath to shoot, but you've then got a, I don't know how long it would be, but maybe 12cm rail on the top still, so that you could still add a sight on top if you wanted to, like a telescopic sight or something like a red dot or even a flashlight, stuff like that. It just gives you the capability of adding more stuff on that rail, but still being able to use the open sights as well. This is a larger front sight for the redback and Tomcat 2, because with those crossbows you can shoot larger bolts, but when you shoot the larger bolts you do have to remove the front sight, which means you can't use the open sights anymore. So with this sight, you could add this at the front of the crossbow, and you could still use the open sights with the much larger bolts. And finally, this would be a way to convert the gold ABS bolts into XR bolts. What would need to be printed would be a whole, basically, back end of the bolt, the flight assembly, essentially. And then you could insert that into the gold aluminium bolts, and then you could shoot those in the XR magazines, because they will only take certain bolts, and it'd be nice to be able to have screw-in tips, you could use a bodkin then, and it'd just be better, longer lasting bolts. This and some of the designs, I'm not sure whether they would be able to be made, how strong they would be in that, but there's an idea there. This would be a way to convert the gold ABS bolts into basically XR magazine bolts. Right, so as you can see there, I've got quite a few ideas. I think most of that stuff would come in quite handy. Some of it may need to be changed or simplified or whatever, but yeah, those are my ideas. So if you want to join in, you can either just write a comment in the in the comments with the idea. If you want to take it a step further, do pictures like I did, or a full-on design if you can. It's up to you. And then just email me it. My email will be in the description, and then I can pass it on to 3D Cabin. And yeah, and we'll see what happens. But I think we should be able to come up with some useful items. And yeah, the one thing I would say is I don't know the restrictions and capabilities and limitations of 3D printing. So some of my ideas may not work. But that's my ideas. But yeah, come up with your ideas and see what happens, and they might go into full production, and you'll get a copy of it as well. So yeah, there you go. Leave a comment or draw it down and send me the ideas. If I get quite a few ideas, I might do another video showing them to other people because it'd be interesting. Right, there you go. A chance to win your own 3D printed crossbow accessories. Right, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, definitely subscribe. I do lots of these kind of videos. Plenty more to come. Alright, thank you for watching. See you later.